Hello to Internet people. Welcome to the very first product opening of the Hoodie Ninja TCG. Now, this is obviously a trading card game channel where I'll be doing deck techs, box openings, obviously. Right now we're doing trial decks because this is the most recent thing that has come out in Card Fight, and everybody's pretty hype about it. And I want new players to be able to see what they get in these new trial decks. So, to begin, this is the Royal Paladin one. It is one of the more popular clans, and not one of the new ones like Gear Chronicle is, and, well, that's basically it. It comes with 42 cards, and it's only for one player. Do not expect to be able to play with two people with this deck. So let's get right to the opening, and instead of messing up my plastic, I'm going to take my knife, and I'm going to cut off this tape, which it should. You know, I thought this would be easier, but I was wrong. I see it's difficult in all those other openings now. And now I have firmly, completely destroyed my plastic box. Oh well. So, first things first, do you see your stride units and more plastic, which we have to get rid of with our knife. Please, kids, do not use knives without parents' permission. Do not tell them I told you to do that. Open sesame. There we go. I just noticed there was a tab that let me open it. I'm dumb. So, first things first, you get this little handy dandy starter guide here. A starter guide with a douchey Vanguard G characters, and we have this new playmat that is honestly the Royal Paladin one looks nice. It's all fancy schmancy like that. We'll put it over my actual official map just for the purposes of this opening. And let's open it up here. And like once again, more useless plastic. Come on, Bushy Road. Need to stop killing trees. There we go. Alright, we're going to open it up here. Alright, there we go. So first things first, we've got Shrouded Divine Knight Gablade. Hey, take a good look at him, cameraman. He is a stride unit, obviously. A guy who, when both you and your opponent are at grade 3, you can discard cards that equal grade 3, and you stride on top of them. That is all included in your starter guide. So you got, it's pretty neat. Oh, it's not a book anymore. Oh, it's fancy. So basically all the rules are covered in here for all you new players. So, we've got two of him. When your Vanguard hits with this stride unit, you must search your deck for up to one grade 2 or greater card and call it to rearguard. This is the grade 3 boss of this deck, Blue Sky Knight Armil. He is a grade 3, obviously. With Generation Break 1, during your turn, all of your front row units in the front row get plus 5,000 power at Generation Break 2. That means once you've strode twice, all your units get bigger. It's pretty swell. And he can counterblast 1 during your turn. When you stride, you can pay his cost. If you do, choose up to 2 cards from your hand and call them to separate rearguard circles. But you may be asking, Hoodie, why would you do that? I mean, you can already call from your hand. Well, see, Armil's pretty special in that if you call him using his skill, they each get plus 5,000 power. So if you use that during the Generation Break thing, they get pretty big. Except they don't, because you can't use his ability when you stride. Well, that's unfortunate. The next is the secondary boss, or on Vanguard things as I call them. And it is Aura Shooter Dragon. Yeah, get it, cameraman. Yeah. He, when you counterblast 2, when he's placed on Vanguard Circle, you can basically call grade 2 or greater. You can see a pattern happening in this deck. Profound Sage Kunran is whenever he is on Vanguard or Rearguard, and it attacks, you can counterblast 1, and he gets plus 3,000 power. He's kind of average. Absolute Blade Knight Liverot. He is your generic 4K, grade 2, not 4K, 10K, I'm dumb. Next we have one of the actually new ability units is Knight of Twin Sword. This is the shiny one. And Knight of Twin Sword at Generation Break 1, and you can counterblast 1, and when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if the unit is boosted, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for one Grade 2, not called Knight of Twin Sword. So you could call this guy, or your Grade 2 10k guy. Or, if you have one, you could call a Blaster Blade. I don't know what you got. Keep in mind, he has to be not only boosted by a Vanguard, not by a Vanguard, but he has to be boosted, attacking a Vanguard, and you have to have a Counterblast available. But for what you get, it's pretty nice. This is Transmigration Knight Breed, because I can't read. He is your break, I guess it's called like a break attacker, break gainer or whatever, I don't know. He basically gets plus 3,000 power whenever you have a face-up G unit in either your Vanguard Circle or your G Zone. Yes, they called it G Zone. I am not the one who names these things. The last Grade 2 we have is Mithril Guard Dragon. He is a 10k, he's in a special interceptor. Whenever you intercept with him, which is for when you guard, if you have a Grade 2 or higher Vanguard, your Grade 2 rear guards can intercept for you. They basically guard without having anything in your hand. And he gets plus 5,000 extra shield. So he's basically like guarding with 10,000 power right straight from your field, which is pretty swell. Lunar Crescent Knight Phylax. He's your generic 8k Grade 1. He's alright. Archer of Heaven's Tower. It is just like our Grade 2. It also gets 3,000 power when you have a face-up Vanguard in the G Zone or on the Vanguard Circle. Knight of Steelwing. This is one of the new kind of units they've designed for these trial decks. When this unit is attacked from anywhere, which is pretty neat because sometimes other units can attack even your back row, and he would get 11,000 power to defend with it. This unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So you ride him turn 1, you just have a free 11,000 power. A lot of times, unless they have their booster to back it up, they're not going to be able to hit that. Milky Way Unicorn is the Vanguard booster for G units, essentially. It's when you stride. Well, not... Let me explain again, because that was a bad way to explain. Milky Way Unicorn is Generation Break 1, and when this unit boosts the Vanguard, the boosted unit gets plus 4,000 power. So he's a 10k booster if you've stridden at least once. Strode, whatever. Rainbow Guardian is a perfect guard, which for new players you may not exactly understand what a perfect guard is. Perfect guard has 0 shield. And I bet you ask yourself, well, Hoodie, why would I want a 0 shield in my deck? Well, let me tell you why, anonymous person. Perfect guards completely nullify attacks. When I say completely nullify, it's like, no, you're done. You're not hitting me. Now, there are certain cards that can nullify that, but we won't talk about that. So, perfect guards are very useful. And this is your starter, which this is the first thing they've started doing in these new G trial decks, is they give you a free Forerunner, which is basically, when you ride on top of this guy, you can call him to any rearguard circle, which is pretty neat. And he is also, like a lot of the cards in this deck, is a Generation Break card. It's Counterblast 1 and put it into the Soul. Search your deck for up to 1 Grade 2 card, call it to rearguard, and shuffle your deck. You're basically trading him and a Counterblast for any Grade 2 you want in this particular deck. And we have Burning Mane Lion, which is a critical trigger. We have Pixie Assault Captain, which is a draw trigger. 2 of that. We have 4 Knight of Festival, which is a stand trigger. We have 4 Healing Pegasus, which is a, obviously, heal trigger. And we have 2 Margal, which is it's an older card. It is, in fact, the only card reprinted in all of these decks. It has an ability. It's when it is put, you can put it into the Soul during your main phase, and one of your Royal Paladin units gets plus 3,000 power. So that is the deck. It's pretty swell. I think, oddly enough, it's one of the worst out of the 3. Mainly because it focuses too much on calling things and the rearguard lineup is not spectacular. However, if you buy 2 of the deck, I'll show you in a future video how to build a complete deck that is actually pretty competitive in this current metagame. Now, once the new set comes out, I can't guarantee anything for you, but I can guarantee that Gear Chronicles kind of ridiculous. So, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked what you see. Comment to make sure you tell me what you want to see next. Do you want to see more deck techs? Do you want to see different openings of different stuff? Or maybe you just want to say I'm dumb and can't read cards. Either way, see you guys next time. Bye. Bye.